Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Authors Quill. I hope everyone's having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you happen to be on our big, beautiful blue planet. We love being here every week. We got this is a special edition show, which I forgot to put in the title, but I'll change later. I know there's usually a different show here on Wednesday night, so before you start writing to myself and Michelle, this is going to be for the next 2 weeks. We're catching up. We will be in Los Vegas, in Los Angeles, a couple weeks for the Writers of the Futures contest. So we're going to have the guests coming on with us over the next 4 or 5 shows until I leave Friday to go to Los Angeles. So we want to just make sure we get all the guests on so they can get to meet each other and we can get to meet them and get everybody on the right foot from when it starts Friday or Saturday. Anyway, guys, welcome. John, how you doing? Jay, you looking kind of scary, but you okay?
I just got off of work.
Welcome.
So that's the look.
Work. What is that?
I'm very happy to see Josie here.
Yes. How you doing, Josie?
All right.
You ready? Don't worry about us. We just air ugly. Just ignore us. So first off, let me ask you, how did you feel when Joni called you?
Surprised. I didn't really know who it was at first.
You're probably like, who is this person? This strange person calling me, saying thank you for calling me. It's she's a very interesting person. So, what got you into illustrating? I mean, what was your start, or how did you start? I should say.
I mean, I always drew pictures as a kid.
Oh, wait, hold on. You're not one of the ones, like coloring your walls halfway and down, like 3 and 4 years old.
I might have been. I don't know. My parents, for some reason, don't really talk too much about when I was a kid. So I hear stories from time to time, but no, I would draw all the time. I wasn't a very sociable kid, so I would just spend my time either writing or drawing, and I only started really getting into it around 2017 and figured out it's what I wanted to do for a living in 2020.
So are you making a living now with it, or is it like?
No, I'm a college student. I don't.
Yeah,
this is
that question right there.
Yeah, this is technically my first professional job, so
that's good.
doing the book. So
yeah, it's a great story you had to do. That was.
Oh yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah,
I was giggling the entire time reading it. It was so nice.
Yeah, it's a story of Girl and a Dragon, and it's written as an epistolary story, which means little notes and letters and texts and emails and stuff like that goes through the timeline from her being a little girl all the way to where she's in her 70s, I guess.
Yeah, I remember reading it, and I remember being sent it, and I look at it and I see that it's all told that way. I'm like, how the heck am I gonna pull this off?
I know. I was curious too, wow, and I thought your story was what your illustration was. You did great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tried going for more the feeling that reading it went rather than any literal scenes in the book or the story.
Which is what makes illustration so vital as an art form. It's different than fine art because you're not just taking this snapshot of life. You're taking something that would make someone want to have some feeling of what the story's about. And makes them interested in actually reading it to see. Mm-hmm. So, have you done illustration before as its own thing as part of your school, or is it fine art, or what's?
Well, my major is illustration at my school, so I do it here. I haven't done it I'm only in my second year, so I haven't really gotten to some more intensive things regarding my major. But I'm looking forward to it, and I do it all the time in my free time anyway. So
sure, you and about 15 other people you're going to see in a week and a half.
Yeah. Just before we started calling, I was inking a comic that I'm excited about.
That's great. Yeah, we've got. Every year we have various college students that have won. And so they come out, and they're used to being with other students, but never. It's a different group of people you're going to be with. one with the fellow winners, but then the judges that you're going to be with and spending time with, these are the folks who are making a living as artists. They're not teaching. They're actual artists that make, they support themselves. It's not what they do when they're not doing their 9 to 5. This is their life, and so you're going to find people that do movies, that do comics, that do covers. Yes, every form of art you're going to find, and it's just amazing. So some things are like really, really cool that you're going to find, your like-minded artists that you become lifelong friends with, but then you're going to find judges that might go like, wow, that's pretty good. I know somebody that might be interested in what you're doing there, and you'll get connections and stuff, which will happen. And then you're going to find, with your portfolio review. So definitely bring your portfolio out there so they can just see, and they'll correct you and train you how to do proper portfolio presentations. So it's not like a splattering, but like how to target them for your specific audience. And then you do the live drawing sessions, which is a lot of fun. We have like the models that will be into usually it's a steampunk type of a chart that they have. Then you do, I think, the 15 or 20 minute, and then 10 minute, 5 minute, 2 minute, that you do these live drawings with them. And then you're going to have a day you're going to go out with Rob Pryor, who is one of our judges. He's supposed to be going into space sometime this year. He's been commissioned to paint, I think, 32 paintings in space while lightless of Earth and space and stuff like that. He just came back late last year. He had an audience with the Pope. He did a painting of the Pope, and he was commissioned to do 2 more paintings. He paints with 2 hands and his eyes closed. He's a wild man. He is so successful, so amazing. He does. He'll be on the stage with big name performers, like Ludacris and that type of level of band, and he'll be painting while they're doing their performance. And at the end, he'll present them with a painting, of them performing at the thing So anyway, he's going to do a thing there, and he's a wild man. So
and he paints in oils.
He does points, but when he does his main technique, he can do oils. But his main technique is he does wash and watercolors, because he does a lot of stuff. He uses spray bottles he does little running stuff that has. His stuff is, there's nothing he hasn't done. He makes movies, he scripts, he produces. He's like all over the world with stuff. So, but he loves his contests. He loves meeting the new illustrators and helping to he's like these little birds and goes fly, to help launch careers.
That's cool. I think wash is probably one of the aside from oil colors, I think it's the most vibrant color palette on the planet. And I discovered gouache in college. When you're a kid, of course, you always get like the little finger paint palettes and the little cakes, the watercolor cakes. But I never would experienced watercolor in a tube until I went to college, and it was a great media. And I wish I could do good on it. I went to school for video classes, and I was a model builder. I built Star Trek Enterprise models, and I wanted to take oil painting class. So I thought maybe it would teach me how to mix the colors, and I could, when I go home, I'd take my model paints and I could mix them and make custom colors for my models. Well, I failed the class outright, right off the bat. But I found a lady up here who does Bob Ross, and you can't see too well, but I do Bob Ross stuff, and I'm amazed that I can actually do it. I went to an accredited art college, and I bunked the intro to oil class.
Wow. Some people get talent, some people don't. That's like me. I can't trust it. Don't feel bad.
What's your favorite medium?
Me or Josie? Josie,
what's your favorite medium to do your art with?
I think she froze.
She might have froze up.
Yeah, she might have froze.
Oh, there she is.
Oh,
There
did
she is.
did I freeze?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was.
Did I
I'm
say
sorry.
something wrong? What
It
happened?
happens.
No,
Talk to
it's
me
fine.
now.
I normally do like traditionally. I normally work with inks,
Uh-huh.
or graphite, and then I'll transfer it to my computer and I'll do digital color. I recently had strained my arm and shoulder, so I found that this method has given me the like I can do it the most and not hurt myself.
That's good. Yeah, that's one thing. You're gonna all these different formats of painting and creating stuff that you're gonna see here. And like so, with your second year now, so you got 2 more years. So you're gonna go through all these different mediums that they'll train you. Is that part of what you do on getting your degree?
uh, that was part of the first year. We did a bunch. We had like foundations class where you are taught specific things. I did have a class in the fall semester of my second year where we went more into different illustration mediums. But in my first year, I did work with just, traditional charcoal. I did sculptural, which I plan on doing again in my third year.
Well, that's good. Do you have any particular artists that classic artists that you like you really like and wish you could emulate, or at least some of their style or their technique?
Like how class?
I mean, like if you like, I really love the Bruegel's amazing, his triptych, that stuff there, that's trippy, so you got that, or you like Matisse, or any of these different types of people, or that you like to, or different styles of maybe more current artists. I'm just curious if there's any other artists that you like wow, this is really cool, I love that style, or what they did.
No,
She stopped at me again.
no, there she's back.
I'm very sorry.
Oh, good, it happened. They caught a live radio.
I am very sorry.
It happens. It's the internet.
My campus is known for its terrible Wi-Fi, so I'm doing my best. But I'm like, how classic?
But just anything, because I know that part of, since you're actually going to school, part of it is the history of art. So I was just curious if anything in history that you're like, wow, this is so cool what they did.
Well, right now I am taking like a fashion illustration course, and that delves more into the history of fashion illustration.
Sure.
I find that very interesting. But in my own work, I tend to emulate more like classic Disney artists.
Sure.
Like, especially the expressive posing and facial expression, stuff like that.
Yeah, we had last year's our keynote speaker at our gala was the director and creator of like Little Mermaid and about half a dozen different Disney movies, and he's totally into that stuff. But Craig Elliott, who's going to be here, you'll be able to talk to him, because he works for Disney and for Netflix and for all these things. He's a creative designer for animated movies. So he'll be something that he definitely, spend some time and bend his ear, and he'll love to talk to you about that kind of stuff.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Again, these are people that they're not just making a living; they're the top of their, of their respective segments of that art. So that'd be really good. And then the guy that did you saw the cover art, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll be here. This first time he's made it to the event since before the pandemic. Cirillo, and he's done so many different dragons. He's the dragon master, and he's really good.
Larry's coming?
No, this is Cirillo.
Oh, you teasing me. God, you so
Yeah,
bad,
not Larry Elmore, no.
That was just a tease. That was wrong, man. That was just wrong. Just easy like that.
But anyway, so what are you most looking forward to coming out?
I'm not. Uh, I guess the gala. That's cool.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
I always wanted to go to something like that.
yeah, it's a big deal. We have a lot of media that will be attending. A lot of we're getting quite a few different celebrities that are confirming wanting to come, and then all the judges they're excited to be able to announce you and celebrate, the new artists and writers and stuff like that. So you got your dress all picked out?
Yep.
Good.
Oh man, look, see, that's the first one that said that so far.
No, yeah,
Yeah, St. Joe
My-
still has to pick out his dress, so that's the
Yes.
problem.
I'm wearing a pink one this year, but anyway.
no,
So you're-
my family needs to feel prepared for everything. So
That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with
Who's all coming out with you? So your mom and dad are coming?
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
have
That's
I
a-
have 2 younger brothers, but they have school, so they can't come.
okay. Yeah, it's cool. We always have a lot of family that come out to celebrate because a lot of times the family aren't aware of the significance of the contest, and then when they start looking at, the media, all of a sudden, my kid's getting all this media, and then, being on these shows like now you're talking to what 4.5 million people right now, and okay, good.
I've already been told.
Okay.
You can't hide it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All 4 million. Of them.
Yeah.
But then but also, it's really a sincere effort on our part to help launch your career, and we'll match you effort for effort. And so we have winners that go all the way back to the very beginning who we still book on media. They're still on this show here. We book them on other media, other events. And where are you located?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. So I don't know if you're able to make it, but later on this year, if you're interested, we can get you a professional pass into DragonCon in Atlanta, or a professional pass to FanX in Salt Lake City, where you can come there and be at the table and with your illustration and go out and meet more people and just connect up with more artists and stuff. So that's something you can actually take advantage as well if you're interested, if you're able to do that.
I would like to do that sometime.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
one.
sure. I hear you.
Dragon Con is way cool.
It's a lot of
sure.
fun.
Yeah.
It gets you in good shape too. I'll tell you that. I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of walking, a lot of stairs and escalators.
I live on a college campus. I'm used to it.
oh yeah, that's right. I
Good.
forgot you're in college. You're running all around like a mad person.
Yeah.
I forgot
We
about
all
that.
three are old, so we're
Actually,
we've been walking
I
a
have to.
lot.
It's Wednesday, so I have I'm out 9 to 5, and I have to walk and stand the entire time. And normally I do it in heels, so I'm fine.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
no hell with that idea. Oh man. I wish I could talk about your artwork. I'm looking at it right now. It looks really good. It's
What are you looking at?
oh, I got it. John sent me on the pad.
Okay.
I can't show anybody because I'll get in trouble. But
Yeah, it's in
yeah, see,
the book.
Oh, my art. Okay, that I was
yes,
like, 'cause
I'm
I
looking
like,
at it
I was
right
like,
now. But
yeah, I was just thinking you were looking at my social media. I'm like, oh no.
we all get.
No, that's next. That's the next segment.
Yeah, we all have social media and lots of it too. I think the station that owns 44 pages, 45. God, it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
so.
But when we do these little short, brief little like getting to know the different winners, because when we used to, before we started working with Joe on this thing, before we started inviting all the winners on, it would take longer for it, everybody to come in, they'd meet, and the meet and greet was more of like an icebreaker, and it would take a little bit of time for people to feel comfortable because you haven't met some people, you don't know me, you've met Joe, some of the other winners and stuff like that. So now you have a little bit more of a feel of who's here, what's happening, and so it can arrive a little bit more like, okay, already out of the community. So because we hit the ground running pretty hard. So you have the first night is the meet and greet, and the next day it starts. So
It's a whirlwind. I ain't gonna lie to you, but
yeah,
you'll come out. You'll learn a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
the illustrators and artists there are just fabulous. I mean, some of the top in the country, around the world for that matter. And the judges like to talk to y'all. They're really, it was one of the hardest things for me to accept when I first met John and them was the fact that the judges wanted to be there for y'all. I'm like, what? How much you paying them, Tony? I'm like, wait, give them like $500,000 or something. These people want to be there for you. And if you're ever there and you see some judges you want to talk to them for some reason you feel shy, say, Joe, hey, I'll introduce you to anybody you want to be introduced to. One of the things I do, I walk around and introduce because sometimes people clam up a little bit. It gets a little overwhelming. And we all meet down in the lobby.
Get a little starstruck, yeah.
Yeah, well, and everybody's down in the lobby after, either in the bar or the lobby, sitting around talking, chit-chatting, and eating and stuff like that. So, everybody's hanging out. And it's a very nice, warm feeling. And all the people from Author Services are great. They're nice, respectful, patient. I have no idea how they're that patient. They're trying to get into heaven. That's what's going on here. They're trying to get into heaven. I know it's really going on.
But you're going to be right here, like right behind me is Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes.
And, the Oscars a few weeks ago was that way about 75 yards. And your hotel will be about 75 yards that way across the street. So you're staying at the Roosevelt Hotel, which is one of the biggest landmarks here in Hollywood. And that's where like Marilyn Monroe, the famous pool scene from her many, many years ago, it's at that pool. And it's a real class scene, but it's virtually across the street from it. So it makes it easy for you to stay there and then come across the street here when we have the workshop. And so you're on the first floor, which is the theater, and then the writers up on the fourth floor, which is the L Ron Hubbard Library. And so that's all set then for the workshop. And then on Tuesday, we have the big barbecue where the judges and the illustrators and writers, and then several special guests will be here. And we just have burgers and hot dogs. And I think we'll have salmon burgers as well for those people that don't eat, meat. And then we'll have some type of a veggie burger type thing. And then people just chat. And then when that's over with, we'll go downstairs to the theater for a live radio theater performance of a story. So you got these Hollywood actors performing on stage.
Oh, cool. Is
Is
Jim going to be there?
What's that?
Jim Meskin, is he going to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You'll like him. He's great.
Yeah.
He's the new Rich Little.
Yeah, he's that. He's got a recurring role in Landman. He's one of the secondary sets of characters in Landman. If you've watched any of that stuff, which my wife is addicted to it.
I was thinking about watching. I haven't seen it yet, but I was thinking about. I might have to ask her when I'm down there. I'll ask her what she thinks about it. It's but everybody there is really nice. I mean, all the people go way out of their way to make sure you're having a good time. The Roosevelt is a nice hotel. It's comfortable, and the staff is really friendly. You got a good couple places in there to eat. Lots of room to move around. There's 3 different locations where people tend to gather up. So if you don't see them in one, you're probably in the other. There's a pool restaurant bar.
I was just going to ask, is there a pool table nearby?
No, not a pool table. No, a pool, big pool, but a swimming pool. But it's they got an Olympic-sized pool in there. And then they got the front.
We'll give her time to look at it as she's running back and forth to the various workshops and sessions and stuff. But otherwise,
upside. Yeah, so it's and I mean you're right there on Hollywood Boulevard. Everything's right there. Everything's in walking distance.
Have you been to Hollywood before, Josie?
Once a few years ago.
Okay.
I didn't really stay or look too much around the area. It was more just like a drive-through.
Yeah.
A flyby.
Yeah.
I think my first 3 or 4 trips through LA was drive-throughs coming out of San Diego. And I finally got to
My only moment of stepping in the state of California was literally a flyby. I flew into San Francisco, got on a plane, and then flew over to Nevada, into Reno.
Yeah. So do you have any particular questions that you've not been able to get satisfactorily answered, Josie?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
I think everyone has been pretty good about answering.
Yeah. And then so you'll fly in, and we'll have somebody there to pick you up. And so are your parents flying in with you, or they're going to be flying in later? Oh, they're flying with you. Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Good.
I don't trust myself to fly by myself. They're going to help me.
Well, you got a stopover, or is it straight through?
I think we have to switch planes at one point. I could be wrong though. That could be on
Well,
the way
sometimes
back,
you do. I
but-
mean, it just depends. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, we're flying her in via Mexico City, so she's got to go via Mexico City and then.
Oh yeah.
Not really.
yeah, that's a long way around, man.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Don't forget your passport.
That's like a 26-hour flight there. A little flight there. It's hey, wait, okay, let me check on.
Well, anyway, we're definitely looking forward to meeting you in person, and then. So, what color is your hair going to be when we see you next?
It's staying orange.
Okay, good. Just curious. Didn't on the first photo I got of you, wasn't it a different color?
Yes, it was. My hair is naturally brown, but I dyed it recently.
Okay, good. All right, just want to make sure I'm.
Oh,
It's
it's
pretty good.
reading as natural red on my screen on this side. So
Okay, good.
You're good to go.
Okay, good. It's not like bad.
No, it looks fine.
It's,
Good, yeah. And when you come there on the day of the gala, we have a whole team of hair and makeup people that'll come in and help. However you want your hair done, they'll do that, and then full makeup regalia and stuff like that. And then you go into the big stretch limo that brings you there, and you do the whole red carpet drill. It's a major deal. It's
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's the only black tie event in science fiction fantasy, and it's the most formal. And that's why you have some people wanting to come to it because it's the biggest deal in science fiction and fantasy, recognized.
And the food at the gala is pretty good. We enjoyed the dinner.
Yeah,
there, too.
the makeup stuff is exciting because anytime I do it myself, I look ridiculous.
Yeah, no, so,
Well, there'll be lots of help. You don't have to worry about that. There's lots.
these are all pros.
Oh, thank God.
We have a whole team of pros that will just do. Everybody gets their makeup done and do your hair however you want it.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's fun. It's like
They're
that.
even able to make Joe's gray beard turn brown there. It's
Yes,
amazing
it
work.
does, man. It looks a whole different color. I was gonna make it red this year, but somebody told me no. So
Hey, go with
we're not
orange.
gonna get into that.
Go with orange. Tell them
It's,
any color there. I guarantee you.
I was gonna go. I'm telling you, I was gonna go just Auburn red, but no, somebody said they would appreciate it if I didn't do that. I'm like, really? I said, okay. I'm not mentioning no names here. I want to live another few years. You really though, you will have a blast. You know, it's you're usually so busy because people say, "Am I going to be nervous?" Well, you probably will be, but the problem is you're so busy you don't think about it. You're just like it's
You'll be nervous
nonstop.
once you get back home.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
In which
I
case
mean,
it doesn't matter then.
once it starts rolling, it's just rolling until you
Yeah.
get on an airplane and leave again. And it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people to talk to, learn. A lot of these people make lifelong friends out of this. I've been with them about almost, I think this is the 7th event I've been there, and I keep in touch with a lot of them myself because every now and then I'm looking for artwork or somebody to write something, and it's always nice to have them around. And plus, I like to know how they're doing. You know, they won a big contest; it's a big deal, and a lot of people who are in the field are like, "Well, hey, at least they're looking at you serious now." And they're like, "Well, wait a minute now, it's a big award." It's so it opens doors, which is a nice thing. Which everybody needs a little help opening doors. I remember getting in business for myself; it was a pain in the you know what. So it always helps. I haven't seen our second guest come in. Boy, that cool y'all kicked.
Now,
in.
one thing, Josie, is too. I don't know how much do you have the like because you're on social media. Have you been able to post the pre-ordered book? Because we want as many people to pre-order as possible. So when it releases,
Yeah, I have.
oh, good. Yeah, because that's an important thing too to make sure that we launch it with hitting the mark with the bestseller at the opening.
I don't have the biggest following, but I did post it.
I started out with 5 people.
After this book comes out, I think your following will go up a little bit.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
helps. It helps.
We'll have, when the show actually airs on the 16th, because it'll be on riseoffuture.com, but Joe does a lot to support it, so I'll end up with about 1 million people watching it.
Yeah, we'll broadcast a whole event. I know last year's event went out to about 155, 158 countries, give or take 1 or 2. So, it's not just the Americans watching. Everybody's like, "Hey, who is this?" It's amazing how many people around the world tune in to watch the event. It always surprises me. It always surprises me the size of the audience because it's kind of a specialized event for authors and illustrators. It's not for everybody, but it's a good punch every year. And it's always nice to see all y'all at the gala all dolled out and decked out and everybody walking around and lots of press to talk to. And it's important so you know ahead of time, all the press is friendly. No hostile press. And if anybody's ever hostile, just tell me. I'll deal with it. I'll turn them over to somebody else I know.
Yeah.
But it's really very laid back, very well. I shouldn't say laid back because it's busy, but it's a good time. And there's a lot to learn. Hell, even I've learned a lot, and I can't even draw a stick, but at least I understand how it works now. It's
Yeah. Josie, have you had a chance to see your artwork in the book yet, or is it still?
No, nobody's seen the book yet.
no,
Yeah,
it's
I haven't seen it in the book. I've seen what the black and white picture looks like, though.
You have an idea what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show y'all real fast. Oh, it went off. Sorry.
Wow.
I could do that.
Yeah, but on Sunday is when the Sunday after you arrive, that's when we have the art reveal, and that's where we actually reveal the book as well.
Yeah, I'll rescind my previous comment. I think that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
I gotta say, a lot of crying and hugging goes on in there.
Yeah.
I mean, all good crying, but still a lot of it. It's always amazing me to watch everybody match up with each other. It's a tribute to the illustrators because they're illustrating the story, and the author can pick it out. That's excellent. So far, it looks like it's been 100% since I've been there. I was amazed by that. I figured sooner or later somebody would pick the wrong artwork, but not yet. It's fun to watch, though. It really is. And it's high intensity. Everybody's just hugging, crying, talking. But like I said, you do meet a lot of friends that you'll have for a long time afterwards.
Yeah.
And these things like this, you'll be able to come by in about a week. Before you leave to come down here, everybody, all the winners, all 24 winners will be up on YouTube and Rumble. You can sit there and watch them, and just to give you an idea of who they are. And anything we do in the future, like when we're doing stuff there or afterwards, when they do the big press afterwards, all that stuff you can use. If you need it, or like if we're showing artwork of yours or something and you want to show it to somebody, it's all you can use it for anything you want. That's why it's one of the reasons we make them too. It's kind of like a little portfolio, because usually somewhere along the line, I'll ask you for a link or show me some artwork and we'll post it and talk about it, stuff like that. Not on these shows because they're too short. John, send the guest link. I sent it to him twice. I haven't seen him. Actually, I sent it to him 3 times. I haven't seen him.
Did you send me a link?
I sent you one, but John sent you one, so I'm thinking maybe it's mine.
I didn't get a link from you, so
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you.
I think there's something up with that.
It might be. That's why I was saying when let me send it.
Yeah. So I'm resending to everybody right here to make sure. But
Just,
have you met anybody else so far yet on the on social media or other things that you've connected up with other illustrators?
I've pretty much only talked to Nathan, and that was after I was here for the first time. So I feel like I follow a few winners, but I don't think they know it's me. Just kind of one of those things where they'll post, they'll be like, yeah, you're so cool that you don't know who I am though.
No, it's great to watch them. And I seen April had something in the book. I just seen it when I was looking at hers.
Yeah, April Solomon's a winner from a couple of years ago who is just amazing. She still very much is involved. And then we have
the Dragon Lady.
Last year, we also have another illustrator who won last year who did a piece for us. That's let's see, I'm just cheating and looking at the book. That's Haley Enriquez. But we've got winners from 9 different countries, so it's exciting. It's a very diverse group that we have, and judges from they're hail from all over the place too. But it's I'm just curious because we've talked to, like I said, a lot of illustrators over the years who are in school. So is your life one of like you have your classes and then when you're not in class, you're painting?
Pretty much.
And then you sometimes will quickly eat a bite and then you're back to painting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can help it. I tend to forget to eat a lot. Don't tell my mom I said that. She'll kill me.
I wish I had that problem. But anyway. Hey, I think we just snuck somebody in down on the bottom down there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Hey, Roddy. So
Hi.
Josie, meet Roddy. Roddy, this is Josie.
Yeah. Hi, Josie.
Hello.
You'll be seeing her in about a week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell, man, is it a week and a half? It seems like it's shorter than that.
Yeah.
Right around the corner there.
Yeah.
I know it's it's always a lot of fun to go. It's a pleasure to be down there, and everybody's great. I was telling Josie earlier. I mean, everybody down there is really nice. All the judges are very approachable. They want to talk to you. I mean, some of them are quite famous, but that's what they're there for. It amazes me every year that they're so patient. I just don't have that kind of patience. I'm amazed because everybody's always talking to them. But I tell this to everybody every year. I mean, if you're sitting there and you want to talk to a judge and for some reason you're nervous, just let me know and I'll introduce you because they really do want to talk to you. And a lot of times if you're sitting down in the lobby and a judge comes by and you're sitting there, a lot of times they'll walk up and say hi. It's a very interesting group of people. They really want to pay forward. They really want to try to help. It surprises me because, the world's kind of crazy place these days. So it's always nice to see somebody who's really want to get out there and help. You got any favorite things you want to see while you're out there?
You asking me?
Yeah, I was asking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. Favorite things in Hollywood or like favorite things for the event?
Both.
Oh,
Tell
man.
me both, man. Come on.
If I get a chance, I want to go to the tar pits. I've been there.
Oh, they went last year. Big trip
Yeah,
too.
I love the tar pits. I've been before, but I love it. So
Yeah, you might get lucky.
yeah.
I didn't get to go with them last year. I was in the middle. I had like 5 interviews.
Mhm.
This cover here was created.
Oh
by
yeah, with the tusk. Yeah, totally.
He did that after he went to La Brea Tar Pits. He went
Yeah.
and visited it. So that's what this was based on.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody's there. I mean, there's a lot of after hours chatting because you're in the courses all day, and there's a lot goes on during the day. And there's also a lot that goes on at night. But in between, people usually either in the lobby or one of the bars just sitting and talking. It's not that they're drinking all that much; it's just more just chatting, relaxing. Everybody sits around. You just see little groups of judges and winners and stuff talking. But it's really nice because it's really private time. You can ask them a lot of questions, and it's not just about learning how to be a better illustrator, but they teach you a lot of the business side of it. Where you should be, what you should be using. It's very interesting. And of course, there's always the independent part of everything. How you're going to get public. I mean, how you're going to get your work out there and stuff. You have a favorite venue you like to paint in? Maybe oil or something, water.
Oh, I'm actually mostly digital.
Digital.
Yeah, I do watercolor too. But most of my illustrations digital painting.
Well, it doesn't surprise me because we're in the modern era.
So
Yeah.
she does the pink and charcoal, and then she scans that, and then she turns that, and then she colors it in on digitally.
Yeah, I sometimes start with a pencil and paper. Not always, less and less now. I feel like the sketch phase used to feel uncomfortable on the computer, but now it's gotten easier.
Gotten used to it, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was my problem. I realized I'm just so much faster traditionally, so that's what I
Yep.
ended up sticking with.
Yeah, it took me a long time before I kind of stopped being. It started being the same speed. Yeah.
Took me a year to learn how to draw a circle on a damn digital computer.
You have to draw from the shoulder. To draw from the
It was a
shoulder.
mess, man. I was like, no. I realized when
circles are easy. You take a quarter or a coffee can. And
I'm gonna be honest, computer now.
They're real easy digitally, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
So,
So we talked when Josie came. We talked to her about her story, which is a girl and her dragon. And then you illustrated Canary.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you come up with the concept that you did, and how you did the one that you did there, which I can look at here, but nobody else can.
Oh, you have it right there. All right. Well, it's how much can I tell you about the story? Am I allowed to talk about
Yeah, you
this?
can talk about it now.
Okay. Yeah, the story was really focused on this one woman in the woods, and sort of an interaction with at first you don't realize, but with aliens.
all right.
And I felt like I picked the scene I did because it just felt like it embodied her experience with it. She's kind of isolated. She wanted that isolation. But then it also kind of adds on. You can't show me the picture, right?
There it is.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we can't, but I'm looking at it.
Okay, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, but then also the actual experience with the aliens. Yeah. So
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool. So you've been on the Authors Quill before already?
yeah, once before.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I gotta say, both y'all got excellent talent. I'm looking at. I can see both y'all. I can't show anybody because
I know.
someone named Emily will hurt me. But
For sure, Emily being my wife, and
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make it so that, and this is one of the things that Josie said, what she was looking forward to as well, is the art reveal. That'll be next Sunday, or not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. That's everybody's there, so we can get, because we need to get the book released, because we used to have it later in the week, and then we were having to tape up the books and having to keep it in covers so nobody would see it until it revealed. Then all of a sudden we had this realization, why are we waiting so long? And it's like one of those dumb moments, and so we moved it forward to the first full day of the workshops, and so it gets that out of the way so that we can have the books, everybody sees their book, you've got your copies of the books, and so it's a real
That sounds fun.
It's a real fun moment, yeah. And then now, are you on social media?
Yeah, I am.
Have you
mostly use
done your
Instagram.
due diligence of promoting the book on your social media?
No. I don't. I have not. I can't.
Well, it's a good thing I'm bringing this up and asking.
Yeah. I actually am inconsistent social media poster, unfortunately.
Okay, well, I just need you to be consistent on one post.
Yes.
So we'll send you the link again so you can put it up there. We're trying to get it. We want as many pre-orders as possible, so when the book releases.
Totally. Yeah.
It officially releases on the 28th of this month.
Yeah.
Because we're in the release month now, and so the more pre-orders we have, the better guarantee you're going to come out being either top of the Amazon list for either science fiction or fantasy or anthologies, because we want to have a number one for you guys on this thing. The only way we can do is by getting lots of pre-orders. So we don't ask you to do it much, but just so you guys know, your friends, anybody that does follow you, and whatever one is last year said, one of my 5 followers, so whatever it is, just every little bit helps.
Yep.
Carrie writes and said, y'all look good on Roku television. Well, thank you, Carrie. We appreciate that. I think she was talking about y'all too, not us. They see us all the time. They see us all the time. It's,
helps having a Josie with us on this show.
Well, tonight they're on Roku and Fire Stick tonight. So, and we're in the middle of cutting a new television deal. Matter of fact, I'm meeting with the guy tomorrow, and my manager will be there. We're going to be offering Roku, Fire Stick, Apple, Samsung website, and 2 other versions, not including Rumble and YouTube and all that stuff. So you'll be get us anywhere. You can watch us. I love it because I'll sit in the front on my 70-inch and watch everybody on television. I love watching y'all on TV. It's amazing the things you can see in high def for 4K on a big screen TV. I mean, it really is. I was surprised. I watch mainly because I have a lot of hosts. We have 45 shows and about 50 hosts on the network. So sometimes you got to keep an eye on them because they put things behind them they don't realize people can see sometimes.
Yeah, and when Joe goes to LA for these writers gigs, we tend to play. We get in trouble.
Don't have to worry about it. Michelle's in charge. She'll hurt them. But no, I mean, really, y'all gonna both love it. I mean, it's really it's nonstop. You're gonna be busy. There's always some event, something's going on.
So, Roddy, are they zooming you back up to the mothership?
Yeah, I'm being beamed up right now.
Yeah.
See, they're getting him, man. He's being taken.
They took me.
You connected up with Joe, and that's what happened.
Yeah, don't feel bad, Josie. She came in earlier. She got time frozen, so we're having some. I guess it's Mercury retrograde problems tonight.
The things that happen on live television, I swear. It's
So what are you painting right now, Josie? You're drawing. You're obviously doing your art thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's pleading the fifth, man. She's pleading the fifth.
I'm doing a little comic. It's
good.
Kind of a glare, but
Cool.
I hate to say this, but some of the craziest pictures of me were drawn by people I was interviewing. A lady sent me. Matter of fact, there's one it's on 2 of the websites. We still use it as a character even today. I've seen some funny ones.
Yeah.
I've seen some scary ones.
Yeah, hold on. I'll pull up one of something I had done the other day. This is what it looks like before I color it.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
Big screen so I can actually, yeah.
How long does it take you to draw something like that?
This? Which part?
The part that you're holding,
Like,
Finishing the whole thing?
like
Like
you're holding in your hand.
the part that I'm holding.
Yeah.
Okay, this probably took me like a day.
Wow.
I just popped like Pride and Prejudice 2002 and just inked that.
Well, that's cool. So Josie's a college student. She's a second year college. So then Roddy, so what's your history on illustration and art?
Yeah, I'm not a college student anymore. That was a while ago. I was a teacher for 10 years. I was a high school math teacher, actually. And so...
In Salt Lake City?
No, actually near Santa Barbara.
Okay.
Most of the time, yeah. I'm up in Seattle now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have always been doing illustration at some level, like just on my own, little doodles and drawings and little stuff. It's been part of what I do. I got into drawing with characters for a D&D campaign that I was running for students at my school. Yeah, and I just started, the more I did it, the more I realized, this is actually what I enjoy doing more than, I like teaching still, but so I'd rather draw. I'd rather paint the rest of my life. That's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
So,
It's always look. I went to school for a lot of things. Was in the Navy, got all kind of degrees, got advanced degrees in advanced avionics and electronics, and ended up becoming a contractor.
Yep.
And I loved it. I just love creating stuff. I was having a ball until I retired last year. It was I found something I really liked doing, and then I found radio and TV later on, which I like doing too. So I've been lucky with that.
Yep.
Because it sucks when you got to do something that you don't like. You got to do it every day, and you got to make a living out of it.
That's why I didn't go into engineering, because of that. I almost did, but I don't think I would have liked it.
No, it's high stress. If you're going to make big money as an engineer, it's high stress. There's no in between there.
Yep.
Engineers tend to burn out around 45, 50. But I mean, they burn out with enough money, so it doesn't really matter. But still,
right? Yeah.
It's
the money that keeps you alive, really.
It's kind of a tough thing. I don't know. But I've been lucky, so I count myself lucky. I get to do a lot of what I like to do. It just seems to make my life happier.
Yeah. So, Roddy, we're looking forward to coming out to LA.
What'd you say?
What are you looking forward to most coming out to LA?
Yeah, I don't know. I think just seeing people and meeting all these different people doing it is the most exciting part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
The professionals that are going to be there, and all the other winners, and just getting to experience and talk to people. I like talking to people about their work, especially since I kind of live in a small town. So it's like, I don't talk to too many people who do my kind of work here.
Yeah.
So it's nice when I get a chance to.
Yeah, you definitely have that. And that's a very important part of it is just building up that camaraderie.
Yep. Networking.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so you like to do the D&D, creating that, like
I don't do it anymore. I haven't played in 5 years. It was just something I used to do with students, and I'm not teaching anymore. So I don't even really create content. Like, the stuff I make isn't really based on that either. I tend to like mythology and some more natural themes, actually. I think that was just kind of what was getting me to realize how much I like doing it. Yeah.
So how do you envision yourself taking your next step after you attend the workshop with your art?
Yeah, so I've been working on the business side of things for a while now. It's it's slow going, learning one thing at a time, integrating it, adding in, going to markets and stuff like that. What I want to do is start work on a big project and start publishing my own books with my own illustration. That's actually ultimately what I want to get to. So I write also. Yeah.
Have you submitted to the contest?
Not for the writing, no. My writing isn't. I don't think. Maybe I could. I haven't thought about it. It's more for like illustrated book writing. Not children's book, but close to it. So it's not quite in the style.
You're gonna be in the right group of people for this, because there's a lot of what goes on. They're gonna talk a lot of business and how you should get your business and all together. But people like Dean Leslie Smith, he's an independent. He's kind of built himself around. He really has the ins and outs of where you should be, what you should be using, how should you protect yourself, stuff like that. I mean, all of that stuff that they're going to talk about, not including sharpening your skills, which you're there for. But it was always funny to me. Well, not funny, but it was always a cool thing to me that they it was an all the way around package. It wasn't just one specific thing, or they were trying to teach you. They're really trying to give you a broader understanding of what you're into, which is, that's what they do. They're experts, so they should. Yeah, I listen to them, even though, like I said, I still can't draw a stick man, but that's not their fault. That's lack of zero talent is what.
But give him a quarter, he can draw a mean circle.
That's right, man. Well, it has some ridges around it. Might even wobble a little bit, but still.
A little loop coming up the side.
Yeah, maybe a little bump or something. I've just never had that kind of talent. So, but it's great to see that kind of art out. And there are, I have met over the years, not just with them, with other people that have the ability to do both, write and draw.
Yep.
And I was talking to just recently someone who's doing a children's book, and they're doing all their own artwork in it themselves. What's that? It'll pop back in my head sometime long, but it's a great thing to do. I mean, all these people are wonderful people. Oh, did somebody sneak in with us? Who is this?
Hey, Karah.
Howdy.
Hey, Karah, how you doing? I'm Joe. John, that's Jay. And you three that.
And then we got Roddy and Josie, also fellow winners.
Hello.
Look at all these winners, man. Hey, y'all gonna be a good crowd this year.
This is gonna be so cool. So, who do you have coming out with you, Karah?
How do you mean? Oh, my family?
Yeah.
I've got my parents, my sister, my grandparents on both sides, and then my aunt.
That's good. I met Karah at FanX, right? Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she came by the booth and met her. That's so cool. She was there with her dad, and she was this bubble of energy.
Well, it's like I said, it's a great. You're gonna have a great time down there. Everybody, really has a really good time. It's a lot of work. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna be tired, because you can probably go home and sleep for 3 days after you get home. But just to catch up.
So now, Karah, you're a senior in high school?
I graduated.
So you're a freshman in college now?
I've taken a gap year for work.
Okay,
good. And then always should take a break.
Josie's second year in college, and Roddy went to college and became a teacher, and now he's trying to become an artist. Mm-hmm. Or he's not trying, he is becoming an artist.
Yeah.
Sorry, forgive me.
You're about to validate that sometime coming up here.
Bad.
Next year he's going to have a book in, so we'll see. Might get seen back-to-back years.
Yeah. So what are you doing now, Karah?
Do what?
What are you doing now?
I'm doing remanufacturing at Detroit Diesel.
Wow, that's a cool. What the?
Yeah.
I mean,
what does that mean?
Basically, we take like old car parts and we clean them and, just count them all and put them through to production, sell them again.
And then you go in the back and rebuild cars?
I only do 2 parts. I don't know if I want to go into like so much detail because it's just a bunch of numbers, but there's I just do the parts themselves and then we send them to people who assemble it.
Oh, got it. Then how do you fit in your art?
A lot of times throughout the day, I just have to set a timer and wait for a number to change. So during that, I'll draw on sticky notes if that's like combining art and deep remanufacturing. But I also draw on my breaks.
That's good. So you illustrated As Long as You Both Shall Live. So it's really nice. So on that one there, how'd you come up with your idea? Well, I'm doing this with everybody. That one there that was a trippy story,
Yeah.
I mean, so what was it like when you got the story and you read it and then to come up with your illustration idea?
So I had kind of a fun adventure with it. I didn't get the first email until 2 weeks late, and I was kind of like having a whole adventure for it, but I read it all in one night and I took a bunch of notes, and then I kind of went to my teachers at school and took a bunch of photos of them. I like dragged them to the art room and was like, "You're going to be in a book now." And I took reference photos of them. And I made like 1 million thumbnails. I have like I want to say 9 or 10 pages in my sketchbook just of thumbnails.
Uh-huh.
And piecing together the pictures that I took of people. Well, I took those after I did the thumbnails, but I still shifted people around. And the main idea was just trying to fit in that mystery concept of just the kind of the split between the two, I would say the two realities that they have. I don't want to spoil the book because I don't think most people have read it yet, but
Right. No, it hasn't released yet. What we're trying to do right now is get people excited about it so they want to read it. And since you're also familiar with like what, so all these pictures I see here, these are references from people at school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Most of them are teachers that I've had, and I just thought that like they fit the characters super well.
Yeah. So you're paying homage to your teachers with your characters in your painting.
Yeah, they're all incredible.
Yeah. So when you paint, do you paint in digital or watercolor or oil or?
That's actually all of them. Not that one specifically, but in general. That one was acrylic, but I submitted oil and watercolor and acrylic and pencil, like a whole bunch of stuff. I love to use different mediums because I don't know, it kind of just sets the mood for the piece in different ways.
Yeah. So you've got you do the thing in an acrylic, and then Roddy you're more the digital.
Yeah, mostly.
And then Josie does. Well, you're sketching right now. You're doing your comic strip right now, Josie. But then that gets scanned in, and then you fill it in with digital.
I'm inking it, like with ink, obviously. But yeah, either I scan it or I don't have a scanner personally, so I take a really good photo and
good.
then edit it.
You don't have a printer?
Most
printers can work as a scanner nowadays. You can print, scan it right from the printer to email and things like that.
I've tried, but it doesn't fit the sketchbook I have. So
you need a larger format then.
I just have to make do.
Yeah.
Until she makes her first million, then she can buy one.
I hope.
So Karah, so what are you most looking forward to coming out to Los Angeles?
The workshops, 100%. I love learning everything I can, and that's going to be that's quite literally a dream come true, just to learn from people who are actually in the craft.
Yeah.
Because most of my stuff has just been, for fun, passing time in class and getting in trouble for drawing in the middle of a test, but
if you finish the test,
Yeah, exactly. I'm so excited for the workshops.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's one thing that makes the workshops so unique here is you can go to different quote unquote workshops. You'll have an artist or an illustrator or an author that will work with you, and when it's lunch, they're off to their own thing. They're not part of with you there.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you're going to have the judges that are here want to be here with you, so they'll take their lunches with you, and you've got a bunch of them. So you got a whole passel of artists that make their living as artists, writers who make their living as writers, and themselves are major New York Times best-selling authors, the internationally well-known artists and stuff. So it's a whole different thing where you get that many people. They're there for you. For them, it's not a paid gig. They don't. Yeah, we fly them out and we put them in the hotel, but otherwise they're not being paid for talking to you. They don't get money. So they're doing this because they want to be able to meet you, and they'll be able to help you and assist you. And some of them, like Brian Hales, Brian, Karah?
I read a little bit about it.
He lives there. He's near Salt Lake City, and he was a winner 20 plus years ago, and he's now he's amazing as an artist, but he's written a lot of books that he's published that he writes and then he illustrates it both. So that's something that Roddy, you might be interested in meeting him and talking to him because he does that. And then we have there's one Irvin Rodriguez, who he was a winner 15 or so years ago. He does a lot of stuff with amazing artists, and he was one of the people I spent most time with afterwards when he spoke last year because of his working with I don't know if it's Dungeons and Dragons. It's one of the big current companies that does all the different cards and stuff. He does that, and then B. Jackson is she won in volume 24. She's a grand prize winner, and she's the one that illustrated the book Parker Looks Up about the first lady when that whole thing there that was about 10 years ago, and now she's got I think 3 #1 New York Times books that she's illustrated.
And she's a sweetheart.
She's a total sweetheart.
Yeah.
And then Craig Elliott, he's the one that did the cover. Was it last year? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was his.
This cover here, and this was extra art that he had for Disney movie. He's an art director for Disney, so anybody that's interested in that stuff, he loves working with people on his stuff there. And then who else we have illustrator wise? Obviously, Echo Chernik is just she's a master of everything.
He's a fantastic artist, yes.
Yeah. And then the guy that did this cover, Cirello, he's flying in from Spain, and he's done so many different dragons. He's just super amazing on that. And then we've got who else? Rob Pryor. I talked a little bit earlier with him, and you'll be doing a session going out to a studio to work there, and you'll be painting and stuff like that. He's very, very fast, but he travels all over the world. He just the end of last year he was in Rome. He was invited. He did a painting of the Pope, and when he's there on the tour, then okay, I'm done. So everybody, and he pointed to Russ and said, "No, you stay." So he had an hour and a half with the Pope, and they talked about race cars and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
He was permission to do. He's doing 2 more paintings of the Pope, and then he got a text from the Pope at Christmas saying "Merry Christmas." So it's just like he's a wild man. He's going to be going up into space pretty soon, painting up there. So you have a lot of guys that just this is their life is painting and art and illustration. And they all love coming in doing the portfolio reviews. So you'll be all coming in there. Josie, you'll show your comic strip, and you'll get critiques on that from various guys there. Yeah, but and they love working with you and helping you on this stuff. So it's just, it will be a cool thing. Now I asked Josie, but Karah, do you have your dress worked out?
I do, yeah. I'm gonna finish tailoring it on Friday, and it'll be ready to go.
Good. Yeah. So is that your ratchet wrench that you use for a set for cars?
Do what?
Is that your ratchet?
Ratchet?
Somebody's got a ratchet that's
Here's something.
Spinning. Oh, sorry, I'm fiddling with the pencil.
Oh, that was a
Sorry.
ratchet.
Just when you hear everything.
When you're done here, I'm gonna go back and finish building my car.
There's gonna be lots and lots of stuff for y'all to learn. So
Yeah.
Sleep is one of those things you don't get much of.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, and John mentioned Echo earlier. I don't know, was it 2 years ago? I think we did an interview when she was a winner, I think. And we were talking to her, and she's a very nice lady. And all of a sudden, Joe starts throwing her artwork up on the screen, and we're broadcasting it on the show. And I'm looking at it, and I'm going, "This lady's artwork. I've seen this lady's artwork. I know it from somewhere."
Yeah.
Turns out she does all the boxes for Celestial Seasonings. So
Yeah.
if you guys are interested in marketing your art, she definitely is one to talk to.
She's the big boss while y'all were there. So
Yeah. Yeah, she's a coordinating judge. She's the one that helped select you out of the slush stuff.
yeah, she really wants to see y'all do well. She'll she's a character to say the least. But she's a lot of fun.
So how many times did each of you guys enter before winning? Was it like a one a one and done or 2 times for Karah?
Yeah, it was the second one I went on.
And then Josie?
Third,
Third?
maybe.
Okay. 2, 2, 3. All right. So that's good. Yeah, it's it's just amazing. It's a whole when I look at the art, because I'm but as with Joe, I am just so impressed with people that can draw. When I see something, I think in terms of concepts, and then I talk to an artist and I think in terms of images. It's a different thing. I just kind of I'm just so amazed that because I can't do that, but when I'll read a story and I get the concept and the whole thing there, but I don't get okay, how would I illustrate that? It's just someone else gets it and just goes, wow. I'm just so amazed. I love looking at portfolios. So I'm looking forward to seeing all your portfolios when you're there. But then, so when you come in then on Sunday, then we have our initial meet and greet Saturday night. Saturday night it has a meet and greet for the illustrators, and then Sunday is when the workshop starts. And then Sunday afternoon, we have the art reveal, and that's a real fun event for the illustrators. It was for everybody, but then the writers are upstairs in the 4th floor doing their workshop. And they go on the ground floor. Then we end off your workshop 10 minutes earlier. Then we set up easels and put all your art. So it's all printed off and framed right now. So it's all up there in easels, and then you will stand in the back of the room. And then we open the doors, and then the writers come in, and they walk around, and they have to walk up, and they have to find their art. And then as soon as they stand by it, then that's your cue to come up there and introduce yourself. And it's it's nail biting both ways, because you're thinking, are they going to find my art? They pick it out, and then the writer's like, could they even figure out something to paint from my writer? Because both sides are equally as introverted. It's funny. Both sides are like, oh no. And then, but it just happens. And then it's like, oh my God. When they realize that, they think in terms of, their imagery that they have when they write it is from a writer, but then an illustrator gets it and just visualizes it. And they go, wow, I had no idea but that's perfect. That so wasn't what I was thinking when I wrote that story. But then all of a sudden I look at it and go, that's right. Just from a different, I guess, different side of the brain looking at it and just looking at it and going like, and come with that different concept, which is just amazing. So we'll get all these creative juices. But like with Joe, when he comes in, he's always talking about how I can't write. And then he comes to the workshop, and all of a sudden you've got like all these illustrators and all these writers and all these judges, everybody's there, and all this amazing collective creativity in one space at one time. And it just rubs off. People just all of a sudden, you just feel so much more creative.
Well, I tell you what, it's helped me. I mean, I managed to get about 80,000 words. Of course, I deleted it all, but still, it's well, the point is, I always wanted to write something, and there's a lot of things I do that I have a good background on, but it took me a long time to understand what filler is. How do you stretch a story out and still make it interesting to say? I didn't understand any of that. After the second year, I had a pretty good idea how that worked, and then they were teaching you how to pick topics and start topics and how to add things in, just random things. I learned a lot. And as from the illustrator side, I do actually understand the concept now, how everything works. And being a contractor, actually, acrylics and oil and water stuff my company used for just bigger projects. That's all. But I still can't draw a stick man. Even with all that, I could get a ruler out and stick it. Still, it's so I'm always jealous of anybody with that kind of talent. It's great to see all out there. And there's, like I said, after the classes, there'll be different days. They'll be just milling around downstairs by the pool, in the lobby, by the bar. Everybody just likes to get together and relax and talk and munching on fries and eggplant fries and all kind of weird stuff. So you'll always walk up. Somebody's always got a basket of something on the table somewhere.
Yeah.
It's but still, I mean, everybody is really nice, and the judges, and I cannot stress this enough. The judges really want to talk to you. That's why they come there. They actually come there for y'all. I was surprised, but it's actually a truth. And And I've seen him, like John was saying earlier, you know, sometimes they'll be walking out, going to lunch, and they'll ask people if they want to come with them to lunch and talk and stuff, or dinner. It's very interesting group of people, and they're not looking to be admired. They're just looking to help. They've already got the admired part. That's down pat for them. You know, they don't need that anymore. They're just paying back is basically what they're doing. And it's just nice to see people who actually want to do that. It's always good to give back a little bit. Don't give your house away or nothing.
Yeah. And one of the things that's really fun, I mentioned to Josie, but there's there's the live drawing session that you'll be doing. You'll have like, I think there's a 15-minute and then 10-minute, 5-minute and 2-minute where you do we have these actors or these models that come in. They're dressed up in usually some type of steampunk outfits. And so you're there doing stuff. And then there's another session that you'll have where you guys learn how to dress each other up as models and use them for reference. And you create each other's references for illustrations for assignments you'll be doing there. And that's a lot of fun. That's coming really high.
That workshop sounds like it was Frank Frazetta workshop. Was it?
Yeah, possibly because he was one of the first judges that we had.
Well, and plus he's famous for using his own body and his wife's in his artwork as reference material. So
well, Echo's used Lazarus a lot for her references, her husband. So these guys, use all kinds of people. Like you said, Karah, you went and found your teachers and used them as reference.
No, my illustration is my wife.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah.
The illustration I have mine, yeah.
Who's your reference, Josie, when you do stuff?
Myself.
Okay.
I set up my phone. I take a very awkward selfie, hopefully with no one else in the room.
Yep.
And then, but I'm never the one in the final drawing.
Right. But you get the right pose and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When we first met Dan Dos Santos, you've heard of him as an illustrator?
Yep.
Yeah, so we first met him at Dragon Con, and he was coming by our booth, and he saw my wife's booth. She had really cool, they're military boots that she was wearing, and she said, "Oh, I love those boots. Can I take a picture?" So he was taking pictures of her boots that she was wearing, and he said, "Yeah, sure." You already said, "I'm Dan Dos Santos." He says, "No, you're not." No, you're not. And I says, "Yeah, I am. I know what Dan Dos Santos does, and you're not Dan Dos Santos." I said, "Yes, I am." So he brought over to his booth and said, "Oh, you're Dan Dos Santos." So then we invited him. He became a judge right after that. But it was funny how she just kept on rejecting that reality that he was Dan Dos Santos. But he came up with the camera and just taking pictures of his shoes. He's totally into doing references. He's always doing that. Some of these guys like Dan as well as Craig Elliott, they'll make their models.
Yep.
They do models and they make these things, take pictures, and so they get the right how light works and stuff like that. It's just, it's amazing just how these guys, that's something that was so unreal to me, just the importance for reference stuff,
Yep.
I didn't know that. So you'll be doing that type of stuff. And then there's the portfolio reviews, which is a really important part as well. So, how do you present yourself?
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting information there. It's definitely going to help your career, that's for sure.
Yeah, sure.
I think it was Josie earlier before you all came in. She was, or one of you, I don't remember which one, said something about following wasn't that big. I think it was Josie before you guys came in. And I said, well, after this book comes out, I think your following's going to go up just a little bit.
Yeah. You'll have a lot of, we'll be doing a lot of, you'll be getting lots of pictures. You'll get over that phenomena pretty fast. Mm-hmm. You have plenty of headshots you can use for years to come, and you'll have also videos you can take back and use for your own portfolios for promoting yourself. And then we'll have on the event itself, because we can take the little clips, little vignettes of you on your acceptance speech. So that's why acceptance speech is really important too, because you'll have an opportunity for people to see what you're like. That's one thing we go over as well. Is like there's over 4 million books published a year. In 2025, there are over 4 million books published. So that's a lot of art. That's a lot of writers. And so one of the things that can help you stand out is, publicity. And if you're an art director, if you're an editor, a publisher, and you want to hire somebody to do something, and you have a lot of great talent out there, who would you choose to do a job? Somebody who's nice, who can comport themselves well, who is gracious, or someone who's just rude and just a jerk. And because there's plenty of both, but so if you can show yourself as that person, it does make a difference in someone looking for work, and invariably you're going to get the recognition because, Joe, he's got, 4.5 million people that follow each of the shows. We'll have 1 million people watching the broadcast of the event itself. And it's just, and the book itself will become a national bestseller, and it wins. It'll win 2 or 3 awards.
Well, think about this. Now you can beat all your friends up and say, "Hey, look, why don't you go by Barnes and Nobles and see what I'm doing?"
Yeah.
What have you been doing lately? But oh no, I'm in a best-selling book. What you been doing? Then put you in a whole different stage, man. And it's great. Like I said, you're gonna learn a lot during the day and doing the course, but you're gonna learn a lot in the evenings talking to the judges. Sitting around just chit-chatting, and of course you get to meet a lot of people other than them there as well. There's a lot going on, and there's going to be a lot of press, and there's a couple of us walking around taking pictures nonstop. So just know it. Half the time, you're not even going to be knowing you're being photographed. It's just,
Yeah, talking about pictures, I was just going to suggest all 3 of you bring a blank sketchbook.
Yep.
Because when you're not busy, sketch those people you're hanging out with.
Well, I don't know if there's anything called not busy and all.
Oh, don't sketch Joe, yeah, but the other people you want.
But it's busy. It is. It's a whirlwind. It's the whole entire time of the day. It's just nonstop. And then you like I said, you'll find just as much information in the evening as you will during the day. The judges like to talk. They like to sit around and eat and talk, and doing the barbecue. Everybody's just sitting and chatting with each other, and all the judges are intermingling. Except for me, I'm eating. Probably first time I get to eat the whole time I'm there. I'm like, it's busy. Usually I'll get up and try to catch John in the morning for breakfast around 7 or 8, depending on how late I was up the night before, and then from there it's just nonstop. You'll see me in and out of different classes. You won't hear me talking a lot, but you'll see me in and out. Most of the time I'm just taking pictures, walking around. You'll see Maliva, which I like to stand behind and take pictures because she's only this tall. But she's also taking a lot of pictures. There will be thousands, maybe 10,000s or more pictures taken. Yeah, I knew last year I took 5,000 that we kept still in my file.
Wow.
But what's great about it is you get to choose and use any of these photos for anything. Anything that's out public you can grab and just use, and there literally will be bunches of them. And we don't put no bad ones up either. We toss them. Yeah.
So, Roddy, who's coming out with you?
I have a friend coming up from San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, one thing that's cool that you're going to see, like this cover.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we do every year is we take the main element of the cover, and then there's a huge 3D element created with that. And so they're in progress making it. But there's a.
Wait, can we ride the dragon?
Well,
it's not that.
It's phone course. So
I can already see he's going to be in trouble with
but you'll be standing next to it, but it's going to be 14 feet tall.
Wow.
And it's out there by the step repeated on the red carpet. It's going to be, I'm very excited to see what Sorello does when he sees it, when he gets out of the car for the first time.
And in answer to Roddy's question, yes, sir, you can ride the dragon. However, you'll have to use your digital skills. Get a good picture of it and then go home and put a selfie view on it. Boom, done. You got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Roddy, I'll get you a doodle of it.
Hi, Tracy. How you doing now?
All right, so here we go. The fourth and last person on today.
We got a full
Tracy
house.
Karah. Full house.
Gonna be a good crowd this year too. Nice chatty crowd. It's always good. Ask a lot of questions. Gets lots of time in. There'll be lots of press around smiling at you.
God.
And some of us are sneaky press. You don't even know we're there, so we're real quiet. It's we want to get y'all in your normal everyday life comfortable going through the paces during the day. That way, any of those photos y'all can use down the line anywhere for resumes or send out to people or for portfolios or just to put on your social media, things like that. Literally, I'm probably over 100,000 pictures in the last 7 years with these guys, and Maliva probably takes twice as many as I did. She's nonstop. And then
Good
there's other
thing the
people.
cameras are now digital. Imagine all that film.
Oh God! Now
I
we
know
don't
how
even
to
think
develop
about
black
that.
and white stuff, but it takes some time.
Yeah. Well, I can still develop film, but there's no reason to anymore.
Yeah, no. I mean,
We got some fellow illustrators here. We got Josie, who's creating your comic strip right now, and then we got Roddy Taylor, and it's Roddy, and then we got Karah Richardson, and this is Tracy Eire.
Hello.
Howdy.
so,
Howdy.
And so
Hello, America.
You ready? You ready for LA, Tracy?
No,
No.
no, not at all.
So Tracy
Person.
illustrated Thickly, and that's it's a gal from South Africa, and it's interesting too. So how did you decide what you're doing with yours there? This is your illustration here. So there we go. There, everybody showed everybody there. So how'd you decide on what you illustrated?
Are you speaking to me,
I
John?
am.
Yes, ma'am.
The only Tracy on the screen.
Yeah, because I'm doing really well. I'm sorry. How I decided was after I read this story, it was so affecting. You have no idea. I was like number one at the top. This story is amazing. So effective that I was online at the very end because I had the story read to me. My sister decided, oh, I want to read it too. She read it aloud. And there was lots of like this sort of thing going on. And so I'm online looking for references and trying to figure out colors and trying to find out how to show the fragility of this incredibly like exploited and yet cool person. And it was just amazing. I don't know. It was inspired by the story for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's amazing just how different people come up with different concepts and how you.
And they're very different too. The pictures.
Oh yeah, when I'm scrolling through the artwork, I can't show anybody, but I'm scrolling through everybody's artwork right now. But looking at the artwork that all four of y'all have done makes me want to read the story. You know, this has always been a personal complaint of mine. Bought many books over the years because the cover looked really, really, really good. And sometimes the book was really, really, really good. And sometimes the book was, oh my God, can I get my money back?
that's why you don't judge a book by its cover. You go open it up and look at the last sentence.
But I mean,
Open
I'm
up
sitting
and
here
look at the first sentence
scrolling.
and try to figure out how they got to those two sentences in between. What's all in between it? That's how you know if it's a good book or not. Then if it's not, you put it back on the shelf.
So I'm looking at Tracy's right now. It's making me wonder what this story is. I want to read it. I was looking at Karah's a few minutes ago. It's making me wonder what the story is. And of course, he's over here doing aliens, which always makes me wonder what the hell that is. And I told Josie in the beginning I wanted to know what that was about. So, I mean, because you know, when you look at a picture, there's a lot of ways to go with a picture. And since I haven't seen the story, read the stories yet, I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah, these stories are really good. Like we have a blurb on the back from Kevin Anderson. He says these are the best stories I read all year long, truly. And that was about these stories. We got this in just before we sent this to press, so we changed out that blurb. And then Tangent, which is the top review publication for short fiction. Fridays the Future is always one of the best original anthologies of the year. And we just got another review in from them, same line there. So it's going to be really, really exciting, and it's going to be very
Thought-provoking.
Yeah, for thought-provoking. But what are you most looking forward to, Tracy?
I am so nervous that pretty much everything I think about just makes me nervous. I'm taking everything step by step. But there's going to be a point, I know, at which we're going to be doing speed drawing. And that at least is something that's in my ballpark. So I'm kind of excited for anything where I'm learning. That's my happy place.
Yeah.
Well, I love they bring in live art.
You're going to have 5 days of learning.
Yeah. I love they bring in live people to draw. So I always find that interesting. And Echo likes to move around in positions and all. She's really, the first year I met her, she's up there on the stage, got her leg thrown up over things. She said, "I want you to be telling the girls this is how I want you to model." I didn't know Echo at the time. I was laughing. But Echo is great. She's a fabulous person. She really is. And but watching her and set that up, it's interesting to see everybody because the room gets kind of quiet. and everybody just gets busy and whatever the drawing medium is, whether it's a pad or iPad or a computer, whatever, because everybody uses something different, but still, it's great to watch. It's a
lot of fun. A lot of drawing, and you go to one studio with Rob Fryer and doing some painting there, and then portfolio review. So you'll have all these professionals reviewing your portfolio and how to put the portfolio together, and then you're also going to have you'll also see their portfolios, which is just a trip and a half. Just seeing like,
it's gonna be good.
It's really good to see like, wow, it gives you a benchmark that you go, okay, now next level to go to and see what these guys have done and what they do. It's just amazing. Yeah, just amazing. And it's a lot of fun when you meet your writer and you start, getting to see the other creatives that are going to be there. It's just a lot of fun. Do you have anybody coming out with you, Tracy?
Yeah, I don't usually travel alone. I'm not the best traveler. I'm going with my sister. My little sister's kind of like my business partner and definitely the brains of the operation. I'm the let's create some paintings of the operation. So yeah, I just need, she's the person who knows all the schedule, everybody I need to talk to, that kind of a thing. And I'd be lost without her, quite honestly. Good.
Well, we look forward to meeting everybody and their respective entourage. So, it's one thing that's good because you got 4 of you here, and there'll be obviously more that will be arriving. And then several of the judges were winners, and you're going to be. I think one of the things that will be really cool is that you are wherever you are right now in your own journey as an artist, and so when you see several of these other people will be teaching you and that you'll be working with, they are now, they were where you are now 20, 25 years ago, and now your careers have evolved to that degree, so you can see what you have to look forward to as well. And it's that's very reassuring that we have about a 62% success rate of winners going on to successful careers in writing and illustration.
That's fantastic.
Which is a really high percentage. And we routinely get reviews that say nothing has contributed more to science fiction fantasy than writers and illustrators in the future, which is good. So any particular questions that any of you have about what to look forward to or what to do, what to bring, how to operate, yes, Tracy.
Okay. I am like an oil painter, like physical medium.
Cool.
Should I bring some oils or will you guys have canvases? Do you know, have a variety of brushes? I figure everything is lean so digital in the last while that it might be difficult if people aren't used to physical painters.
Yeah, well, I know Echo paints in oil, but I don't know if they actually show it or not. I don't remember.
Well, I know that you'll definitely have your sketch pad, for sketch. There'll be a lot of that stuff happening there. In terms of oil, I will ask and respond to you separately.
Thank you.
Tracy, do you have a I think what it's called is a French easel, the kind that folds up and it's like a box. You can put your paints and paintbrushes in it, and then you can't really store a lot of canvases, but you can put one canvas in the vice grip, as it were.
I have a couple of those, in fact, off a Bouchard box. It's going to be
yes, that's it, the Bouchard box. Thank you.
on the plane. So I'm like, maybe I should just take some neocolors or watercolors and a very good pad that can do watercolor. I'm not quite sure. So this is something I feel like I probably need to ask Echo. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, this is Echo's Echo.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
Yeah, these are her clients that you see there in the middle. That she's had over the years.
Monopoly. Jeez, good Lord. Look at all of that. Bellagio, Camel.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know she was that diverse. I mean, I when we interviewed her that time years ago, I was just looking at her artwork, and I was like, I know it. And then I finally asked her, and she said Celestial Season. I was like, whoa, mind blown.
Yes, I met her at ECCC, and she is absolutely sweet. She was trying to tell me, "You're too nervous. Just calm down. It's okay. It's not going to be bad." Me, I would vanish.
Hard thing is
Stop
easy for me to say.
I believe I also got to meet her. Was it at FanX that she was?
Yeah.
I think she was there too. Yeah, she was super sweet. She gave me a lot of cool advice, and I took a ton of notes.
Mm-hmm.
Have you met her, Josie?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You will.
I mean, I've talked to her over email, but that doesn't really count.
Well, you'll
Yeah.
get her definitely in person there. And she's going to enjoy spending time with you guys as well. I mean, we've also got the past winter. I'm not sure how much time we're going to have. Like April Solomon, she was a winner a few years ago. She loves working with you guys, and she's just an amazing artist. And then the other one, like I mentioned before, is Haley Enriquez. She's done a couple of illustrations for this one too. So because they're well on their way, they're like a couple of years ahead of you. So one thing that's really nice too with both writers and artist side is that we have, you where you are right now, and then we have winners that come in that kind of like that bridge. That we have a lot of writers who won 5-10 years ago that come in and talk about this is their experience as they're making their way up, and then you've got like the giants, and so you've got everything in between, so that you can like see how you can progress on that stuff. But just realize all these quote unquote giants that you're going to see, they're all like you are right now at one point. They just persisted. They had the unwillingness to not continue. And that's a big thing too, is which we go over too, is tools to be able to thicken your skin. Because one thing, the arts, the humanities, they express the humanness of existence, which is what you do as an artist. And so you're going to find that the jerks out there that love to get in there and just try to suck it out of you. And so you're going to have a whole group of people that have your back, basically. And as you grow and stuff, you're going to have people that, aren't like that. And you find that you don't have to have them as your connections. You learn how to deal with, if you've got someone that every time you talk to them, you feel a little bit less excited, well, maybe they're not the right kind of friend to have. And so you'll leave here with a bunch of people who are the right kind of friends to have and who will be your friends. And so that's always a good thing to have.
I agree.
Yeah. And then you'll have people like me saying, okay, did you promote the book yet? Did you promote the book yet? Because as much as I like to be nice in a radio show, I'm still the publisher too and responsible for selling your book too and making you a bestseller. So any other questions? So you raised your hand on the one question. So any other questions?
Karah, Josie, Roddy.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's calmer than me. It's like
we've been on here longer.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
If it makes you feel any better, just earlier I said I ink with ink.
That is so true.
That's not so bad, Josie. It's a lot harder to do
it's actually
pencil and then ink that. So you're fine. I ink with pencil.
But I know you're interested in oils, and Tracy, and Echo has got a fabulous collection of oil work. We did her what would you call it? Her bad girl collection. We showed it on. Matter of fact, if y'all ever really want to know who Echo is, there's several interviews her and I have done over the last 7 or 8 years, 6-7 years, and we've talked about a lot of things and a lot of her artworks up there, and some of her specialty artworks up there. And she's a very interesting person when you get to know her. She's her and Tom Wood are my two, and Dan. I can't leave Dan out. I can't leave Larry out either. Dan, I'm just going to shut up now.
Her and him and her. Oh yeah, her and him and her.
Yeah, we'll just stop. But they're a great group of people to talk with. And they really, really want to see y'all succeed. They would like nothing better to be able to say, "Hey, you know what? I met this young lady, this gentleman, and now they're famous, and they'd be happy for you. They want to see y'all make it. Hell, we'd all like to see you come back as judges one day." It's
well, several of these guys were winners. They're now judges.
So I mean, it's and there's a good success rate, so that's always a plus. And you'll have this behind you.
Josie.
I didn't do that. Don't look at me. Somebody else did that.
Rosie's taking over the screen.
I know what you did, girl.
What
Welcome to the
happened?
Josie show.
I
What
don't
happened?
Welcome to the Josie show.
Why me?
We know who's supposed to be front and center.
Sometimes StreamYard just has a little headache, I think. It's great, but
No, I was moving my mouse and it clicked on something on the big where all the thumbnails of us are, and it hit something. And I don't know how to turn it off. StreamYard does this really cool stuff. It gives us neat features, but they don't tell us that they put them in, and they don't tell us how to use them.
Being y'all are illustrators, artists, I've got a serious question for y'all about AI. Do you really, is this going to interfere with your careers in the future, or will it help y'all? I'm just curious what you think. It doesn't really matter. I'm curious because there's a big mix on how people feel about AI and how it should be used. I'll tell you this about me. When I can, I would prefer to buy the art from artists that I know, because I know where the money's going.
Mm-hmm.
But like this company here that y'all are on right now offers a generator for making banners, and it makes freaking fabulous banners in about 0.01 seconds.
Is this one of those such examples behind us?
Oh, that's just God. Y'all look so much different on that. That's a whole different crowd than the one we got, huh?
I'm in the back row.
But that's what it does for us. You just tell it whatever you want it to do, and it like 30 seconds. It makes a pretty photorealistic banner.
Okay.
I'm sorry. My take on this is that a lot of the times, like I'm a physical artist who paints oils,
Mm-hmm.
right? And a lot of the time, the things that make people buy a painting, it doesn't have to do with obviously it has to do with excellence, but it has to do with a connection with whatever that artist is representing, and eventually that artist as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see people say I'm going to give up, it kind of breaks my heart, because there's still so much to do, right? And if you build your platform, you may find suddenly that your story is knit into your art. And once that happens, those two kind of become indistinguishable. And I don't think that is going to be affected by AI, because it doesn't have a story of its own to tell. I mean, but people do, and people are still very attracted to supporting the stories that they love. Stories kind of the bottom of everything. It's at the bottom of my painting. It's at the bottom of what got me to paint what I did. And this is why I think this, like, writers and illustrators of the future is going to be really clutch for something like this. It is based on story. Even when you're painting, it's like the story is there in your head, front and center. Yeah. But it's the story that people buy into, and I think that's going to maintain its power. It has since the beginning of time.
Yeah,
certain mediums. Well, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
I have to say that there's you'll be getting some different essays and stuff that L Ron Hubbard wrote about this on the subject of art. But one of the things he says in one of them is, but first and foremost, realize that in presenting something and trying to put up mock-ups, different things, that the best way isn't always the easy way. The best way is only the more effective way. Work out first what effect you're trying to produce. Then when you've got that all taped, only then consider the easiest way to do it, and never consider the easy way at all if it's less effective. So he just talks about, don't buy the easy way. You've got to do what's creative. Like Josie's creating a comic right now, and I just, some people are like, I just want to put some prompts in, I'm going to do that. It's like, it's not the same thing. It's just, and like when I was, and I've said this before in previous interviews, when I was in college, I didn't have any money. So I would go spend $1 for a poster and tape it up on the wall, and that'd be my art. and that's what I could afford. I would no way would I do something like that again now, with what I've got. So the idea of getting something that somebody just put in prompts to get, I wouldn't consider that as something I'd be interested in buying. I just wouldn't do that, so I think
Especially when
you'll always have people like that who will want to have the real thing. They'll want to read the comic that Josie wrote, not that somebody prompted, or here's, the illustration that Roddy created, the painting that Karah did. It's always going to be senior to the other stuff. But you're always going to find that echelon of people that want to have the down and dirty, the cheap stuff. They're fine on getting.
That's true.
Finding the swill, and like when I was in high school, I would get the Annie Greenspan, or the Boone's Farm wine because that's what I could afford. I couldn't imagine drinking something like that anymore. But you're going to find people that do that, and so I think we're going to have that.
I do think mass-produced things like if you go into a Walmart and you can get posters of the old masters, that is going to, I think, pick back up. If it ever died away, instead of just you could put that on your college dorm wall. I covered everything in my room with my own drawings, but that'll work too. You can have Waterhouse.
I'll tell y'all something. Y'all might want to ask Tom Wood about his poster he painted for Kmart way back in the day. He did one of them black light posters. Ask him how much money he made off of it. You're going to be friggin' amazed.
Oh, really?
You're going to be amazed. They sold 2 million.
That could be good or that could be bad.
Well, back in the day, that's really good. We're talking probably good 20 years ago, but still.
Oh no! I mean, what he made it'll be amazing.
Oh, he was happy.
They're selling it at Kmart.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it was $10. It was probably either $9.99 or $10 back then. I think they're $20 nowadays. But it's so you can. I mean, he didn't get it all because obviously Kmart and him got their share too. But still, and I mean, all of them will talk about success stories like that with you. It's interesting to hear these people and some of the success they've had over the years. They're all very talented. I mean, I like oil. I just like the texture of oil, the feel of oil on a wall. I've got oil in my house. I've got acrylic. I've got digital. I've got water. So I'm not, if it's a good picture, I'll put it on one of my walls. But if it's not, and the boss lady likes big pictures, big pictures. So we have huge pictures in our house. Well, we have 12-foot ceilings too, so we can, you can put some big ceilings on the walls, but it's pretty. And I do though, I always had a thing. Well, I think some of Larry Hatch's work turned me on to. He did Mardi Gras posters for a decade for New Orleans, and he did the Devils and Angels series. If he didn't make $40 million off of that, he'd make $5.
Oh, wow. Good for him. Yes.
So, I mean, and now they don't use just one artist in New Orleans. They used to only use one. They hire a bunch of artists to come in. And, but New Orleans is an art city. It's a little different. I mean, you can ride around the city. Hell, they got the prisoners out there drawing murals on everything.
Wow.
It's insane. they just, bridges, buildings.
Very talented.
Some are very talented. And you can see over the aquarium, they did a whole mural on a big, massive 5-story wall, 5x5 wall. It's a beautiful mural. It's been there for decades too. They go, fix it up every once in a while. But they like that. Of course, we had those weird dogs all over the city at one time, and them stupid pelicans. They those mini statues. I hate them things. They were just ugly. And God help us when the blue dogs came out. Oh my God. One blue dog was one thing. The city turned into a blue dog mess is what happened. It was a nightmare. There was blue dogs everywhere. Anywhere you could think of that blue dog, somebody had posted one or built one or stuck it on the floor somewhere. But there's so much stuff you're going to learn from these people that it's not even funny. And they're all talented in different ways. And what's really nice about it is, they've all done all shapes and forms of art. So they really understand it. And besides learning the business end of it, they all take a different approach to it. It's like the authors. It's the same thing. You got all these authors, these writers, and they all take a different approach to it. So they don't pigeonhole you until you got to do it this way. They show you multiple ways to do something because not everybody is comfortable doing things in a certain way. Everybody has their own way. So they offer you different ways to look at it, different ways to achieve your goal. It's very interesting to listen to them talk. And you'll see me. I'll be bouncing around in the courses, and I'll be harassing y'all doing free time for interviews and stuff. But meanwhile, there's a lot going on. And don't sure you come hang out in the lobbies, because that's where a lot of the judges are going to be after about 5 o'clock. Most of them will be sitting down here eating, or just hanging out talking to y'all. That's really what they are.
Do the days start early over there? Can I ask?
Usually,
Yeah,
about
it starts,
8, huh?
I think, at 8:30, 9 o'clock, depending on what day it is. And then, but you'll be home. You'll be home by a little later than 1 a.m. So that's good.
I'm in college again. Oh my God.
No, you go to dinner time,
Yeah.
and then after dinner is you either have whatever time to you chat with each other, have dinner, and then the judges, like you've seen, will be in the lobby, so you can chat with them. And
they'll be down there at different times doing different things. So they'll be
Tuesday
coming and
night,
going.
we have a big barbecue. We have a big meet and greet. That's where everybody's going to be there sharing the dinner. And then we have a theater after that. We'll do a live radio theater show in the theater, which is
It's always fun.
we have Hollywood actors and that, and that's a lot of fun.
Man, maybe they'll do the new Dune next year.
Thursday night's the event.
Yeah, that is coming up really soon.
It is.
You mentioned that one of the authors is Kevin J. Anderson.
Yeah.
He's one of your winners. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of the
Oh, he's
writers.
a judge.
Yeah,
He's a judge, yeah.
and he's a
I
judge.
read-
Yeah,
I read a lot of his work in the 90s.
yeah, same here.
Yeah.
He's working on the new
Particularly
Dune.
with Brian Herbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing all the. He wrote basically all the stuff for the Dune TV show, and then he's the executive producer for the Dune movies.
Mhm.
So we waiting on the third movie, which it should have been done in 3 parts in the first place, but I was happy with the first segment. I'm 50-50 on the second segment. So we'll see how the third one comes out. It's what's that, Christopher? Yeah, Dune was a flop when it came out. Believe it or not, it was a big flop too. Fell
The
right in
first 2 or 3 times.
First one?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
boom. All those famous actors in there.
In
They all
it?
just, how could it go bad with Picard in it? I mean, really. Anyway, I mean, Sting was in it, for God's sake, man. It should have done better than that.
Yeah.
It was but it just shows you how things actually work out. But I mean, all these judges are going to be there. I mean, they'll be hanging out. The lobby, they got a nice lobby at the Roosevelt. It's a big area. They got the mezzanine section up there, which is also a nice area to hang out in. Of course, you got the mall right across the street. You got Target right down the street. I mean, everything is real close by. Lots of places to eat besides the hotels.
Yeah, so right behind me is Hollywood Boulevard, and then about 50 yards that way is the Roosevelt Hotel, and then the Oscars were about 100 yards that way a couple weeks ago. I think those
20,
were-
25 degrees makes a pretty good Wagyu burger. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to try one out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we have a Emily's made a basically a map showing all the different restaurants and whether they're $1 sign, $2 signs, $3 signs, and then we also provide a lot of snacks for both workshops. So we've experienced what it's like having the poor and starving artist and then the second career artist. So we make sure we got all bases covered.
and if you see John anywhere near this big gold machine, get your butt over there and get a cup of coffee.
Okay.
If anybody likes coffee,
Oh, that coffee's good.
one of the things I do up there is I have on the 4th floor, we have this really cool Italian cappuccino machine. So I go up there,
Oh,
I make cappuccinos, and it's really good.
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I enjoy doing that.
You spoiled me, man. I was like, man, I had to go. I said, man, I can't even drink Starbucks now. This bites.
Yeah. Starbucks is fast food coffee, man. You don't
Oh,
want that.
man. Anyway, I mean, look, I'm from New Orleans, man. Half the coffee in the country comes through here. It's,
Anyway,
I grew up with coffee and chicory, man. That's the kind of stuff makes your hair fall out your head. As you can
if
see.
you don't drink coffee, if you're a hot chocolate girl, then I'll take care of you too, Karah.
Yeah, it's I mean, everything's there. Everybody's is
You're
there
hot
for y'all.
chocolate, Josie?
Hmm?
Okay, good. Yeah.
Josie says
I
she
got
talking
you
to you.
that too. You like your
Josie
hot
giving you the
chocolate
hand, buddy.
half and half, or milk, or just water?
Hey, wait a minute. Speaking of Josie, don't
I'm half and half.
Okay, half and half for Karah. Okay, so Josie, what you bid? I mean, I'm making my list right now because it makes it easier for me to know what I'm doing in advance. Otherwise, I'm going to ask them to make you full screen again until you tell me what you have to do.
How dare you?
you know it'll work.
I don't milk.
Yeah, milk. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm down to try the coffee, but it'll have to be at night because it'll put me to sleep.
Really? Coffee puts you
Yeah.
to sleep?
Any caffeine, I take some and I just go.
And it's like the ADHD response
Yeah.
to a stimulant.
Yes.
That's
I
what it
had that
is.
same
Exactly.
problem. My grandparents would come over to visit my parents, and then my brother and I would come down at 6 a.m. When they got up, they would each hand us a cup of coffee, and by 6:30 we were out.
Yeah.
How old were you? Dang.
We got good coffee. We also we'll have decaf coffee. We have Illy that we'll be making using that as the coffee we'll have for this time.
You know, the decaf stuff keeps me up.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's because his brain's backwards, man. It's
Handing backwards.
Pavlov at that point.
Carolyn. No, you can't just show up as a gala. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
John would frown on that. Not as much as Emily would, but still, you don't want to do that. I'm warning you.
Invitation only.
It's invitation
Yes.
only. Otherwise, just
Yeah,
enter
that
the
one.
contest and win. Like all these talented artists here entered 2 or 3 times. How many times did you enter, Tracy?
I entered 3 times.
Okay, so
2
In
threes,
both
2
writers
twos.
and illustrators.
Yeah,
Go
2
through it.
2s and 2 3s.
Yeah, 2 2s and 2 3s. So good.
That's good, man. The poor authors don't get into like 14 and stuff. So y'all whooping up on them.
I'm still trying.
It's harder. It's harder for the authors. It's an average. Since I've been with them for these 7 events, the average is right around 14. I mean, there's been shorter and there's been way longer. A friend of ours, matter of fact, the host in this network, Preston, I think he was 42 or 44 times. Somebody heard me say that one time. He said it took 44 years. I said, no, you get to go 4 times a year. So think about it.
You do bring up a good point, particularly for Tracy, who's a physical artist. How do you send in an 18 by 20 painting or a 16 by 20 painting?
It's a scan.
It's going to be a scan of that painting, and I have a brand new camera because after I won this, my sister freaked out and she bought me a really high-end camera, to congratulate me, like a little trophy. She gave it to me.
Oh, that's nice. That's sweet.
Yeah. But now I can just take my own snaps and send them in. When Echo was saying, "Hey, I need a picture," I was like downstairs trying to get my lights done. Yeah.
Good.
Well, a good question for John, though, to follow that up. You've been going since 1983. We didn't have digital cameras back then. So how did an artist send in a big painting if they had a 18
Well,
by 20
back
kind
then
of
it was
thing?
black and white, and they'd be they make Xeroxes.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they're high quality, but we got all kinds of stuff. They were all mailed in. It wasn't. We hardly get any. We still get sometimes submissions coming in the mail, and we get 3 copies. And but otherwise, it's been, I don't know, half a dozen years. When the pandemic hit, that's when we went full online for submissions.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much everything now is digitally uploaded.
Got to be a lot easier that way.
It's a lot easier to process than this because it comes in, and the way you enter the contest is you create your own entry form, and then you upload the 3 pieces of art or your short story, and then when it comes in, the contest administrator assigns a number to the 3 pieces of art, which are tagged with your card, and then so all the judges see is the art. And if you have your name on the art, you're automatically disqualified. If your name's on the story, you're automatically disqualified. So, because it's totally blind judge. So all the judges will see is the 3 pieces of art. And it works out really good because it was all online. It's very easy then to send out digitally on the program that we use to the judges for them to do the judging and send in the results. Whereas before we'd have to take it and then we make copies of the stuff and send it to the respective judges for them to judge. So it was a lot longer process, much more expensive process too.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Lots of FedEx.
I actually love how it's like a blind entry. I mean, I've gotten 2 honorable mentions in the writing thing. And it's like completely, no one knows when it comes through who has written it.
Nope.
And it's just such a good boost to your ego to know you're going in the right direction. It's amazing. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, I interviewed a guy named Brandon Mull. He's a international best-selling author of YA. And I interviewed him, and he wrote one series called Fable Haven, and he's got a new one coming out So you're familiar with Karah with Fablehaven?
They're making I believe, a movie right now, and my sister's actually trying out for it.
Oh wow, yeah. So he's got a new book that's coming out next week or 2 weeks from now. And so I interviewed him yesterday, and he said when he was started, he got an honorable mention in Writers of the Future, and that's what gave him his okay, I have some potential. Same thing with Brandon Sanderson when he got his honorable mention. There's Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. He got an honorable mention. All these guys got it. It gives that little vote of confidence that you can, you got something. You don't give up. It's important. You're in the top. It's an honorable mention in the top 10 percentile, and we get thousands of entries each quarter. So when you make it, it's quite a testament to the fact that you do have something going for you and keep working.
Yeah, and you're not even competing just with the country; you're competing with the freaking world.
Yeah, with the world. Yeah,
it's not like you just. Yeah, it's not just like you got to compete with Americans. You're competing with at least 150 countries out there. So
there's always exciting to see people from all over the world coming in. So Tracy, you're gonna, meet your author, and so yeah.
No, there's lots of that. Yeah, just lots of crying. Just be prepared.
I love that story. I love that story. It's probably one of the best things I've read all year, and it just hit me so hard. So good.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Has there been no interaction between you guys and the authors at all? So you won't meet and you won't know anything about each other until you see at the event.
Exactly.
I will say my author.
I'd be nervous too then in that case.
So what, Karah?
My author actually sent me some bookmarks. So we haven't spoken at all, but I got some bookmarks, and I was like,
that's so
I
sweet.
love bookmarks.
Me and my author are in the same Discord server, but he does not know that I'm there. He doesn't know it's me, and I'm not going to let him know.
Josie's a cool cat. I can tell right now.
Oh, thank you. I try.
I got you.
In one of those thriller movies, I see you, I know where you are.
Can't wait to meet you.
Problems with apostrophes, I'm aware.
Wait, how did that happen? How did you get into even know that it's him or get into the server with him?
Well, I started talking to Nathan, who was on an interview with me last time. So he invited me to the server, and then I saw that I didn't know who my author was, and then I saw it on the website, and I'm like, oh no, I know this guy. Oh no. So sometimes he'll mention his story in there, and I just have to pretend like I know nothing.
That's amazing.
I love your reaction. It's oh no. So bad.
Oh, no.
That sounds interesting. I can't wait to read it.
Can't wait to read it. It sounds really good.
I'm right here. I'm so much more looking forward to seeing you guys now because I've been working with it. I've proofread the book before this one went to press. It's a beautiful book, and then I just finished the audiobook. And now it's back to the company, and they're making the changes, and I'll be getting the pickups so I can then QC all that. And then the audiobook takes it to a whole new level. The audiobook has been created by Stefan Rudnicki, who's won 2 Grammys for audiobooks, and so that's gonna be really exciting on that what we have there. So it's just each year we're tasked with how to make it better than the previous year, and it gets harder. So this year we've got, hopefully we can show that we've done that, making it, better again, than we did the previous year. So, anyway, so I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in a week and a half and seeing you. And I think it's going to be a wonderful event. And I think, we hit it out of the park again with our winners. So I'm so looking forward to meeting you guys.
Looks like it's going to be a good group this year. So.
Yeah.
Just prepare yourself. It's going to be busy. Fun, busy, but busy.
Anyway, so thank you very much. And Josie, it's been great seeing you and seeing you in small and seeing you in big.
I look better
And-
with my close
The
up.
whole screen.
Yes, and then Tracy.
Yeah, what's that old line from the movie? I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Yeah.
Josie's like, oh no.
Oh,
Anyway, so I need to go because I've got some more.
Yes, we gotta get out of
I gotta go to my.
Yeah, you still got daylight, don't you?
Yeah, I still have another 6 o'clock, so I still have another 5 hours here. So
Yes.
my day is moving, but not done yet. So anyway, very nice seeing you all again, and I shall see you in a week and a half.
Bye. Thank you.
See ya.
See you in a couple of days, boss.
Bye-bye.
Yes, and then Joey, let me know how we did on.
Yeah, I'll give me about 10, 15. I'll send it over to you.
Okay, great, thanks.
And
Okay.
get a screenshot. Last time, no one believed me.
I did screenshots. I'll send it around to everybody.
Thank you.
It's right now. Last time I checked, we were sitting right around 4, so that was about an hour ago. So we're probably quite a bit high now.
Yeah,
It
that's
amazes me
4
how many
million
people,
listeners.
It amazes me how many people want to come listen. Yeah, this show averages about 4.4 to 4.7 somewhere up in there.
No
when we
one
started
believes
it, when we started it 2 years ago, I had 50 people listening.
Oh,
so
wow.
4 million people saw me
Yeah.
close up on screen.
No, no,
Don't feel bad. We're usually
They
don't
wish they could
No,
have.
so
Oh,
4
man.
million. No, 4 million heard you. 250,000 saw you. on
Oh,
television.
so 4 million people heard me say I use ink with ink.
Yeah. 250,000 saw you when you zoomed up, because we were on tonight.
Nailed
we
it.
were on Roku, we were on Roku and Fire Stick tonight. So
You're creating entertainment for audio listeners and video
I try my hardest.
you'd be surprised how many people we get comments that write in from after they've seen y'all, and people ask me how do you get involved, and of course I tell them writersofthefuture.com if you want to buy something, galaxypress.com. But you know, I like meeting everybody every year. It's always a great group of people. I mean, there's some years that the crowds are quiet. Out of the 7 out of 10, I think 2 years they were kind of quiet. 3 years they were kind of rowdy. You know, I laid back. So, it's always a lot of fun. And again, I'm gonna tell you before we go, if you see a judge and for some reason you get nervous, I'm usually somewhere, usually downstairs somewhere or in one of the shops with y'all. But anytime after shops are done, you'll find me somewhere. I'll either be in the suite doing interviews or somewhere in the lobby chatting with people. And sometimes we do interviews downstairs in the lobby. We'll grab people just to see how their week's been going, you know, because
and I would imagine some of the judges, they know who you are. They may not know what you look like, but they know your name, and they may come out looking for you specifically. So
they will. Well, they'll see you out there. So like, you know, Echo, you know, she'll see you out there. She'll come talk to you. I know Lazarus will probably come with. I haven't checked for sure. Her husband's name's Lazarus, so he usually comes with her. He's also an artist and a writer. He's been a winner of both down there, I think. And,
Wow.
So he's usually around. He'll talk with you about different things and business aspects and stuff like that. And I believe they're out of Seattle too. Not Seattle, but right near Seattle.
Yeah, they're up in that state somewhere.
Yeah, they're up. Yes, they're up in Washington State somewhere. But they're great people. And of course, Tom Wood, I consider him a friend, and he's a lot of fun to talk to. He's a very talented artist. Dan is just great. Dan teaches a hell of a course. But I mean, all the illustrators are fabulous people. I've got to spend more time with some than others, but I've made friends with most of the judges there. So, like I said, if you just, you know, because sometimes people get nervous, and that's what I'm there for. Just tell me. And you know, y'all hear me talk at the end of the lecture. I'll give you a lecture on what's the difference between good press and bad press. And is bad press really good press? For me, it is, but for a lot of people, it's not. Because what I do, you know, I can get away with bad press, but for people who are selling products, it's you know, I always tell people the same thing. You can talk about your religions and your politics, but if you're going to really be in business for yourself, it's best not to. People today's are kind of cranky. they get offended really easy these days. So it's I always just warn people. I've even seen big names get themselves in trouble for saying stuff. So it's just easier sometimes. But I don't tell anybody to do it. If you ever get to meet Orson Scott Card, who wrote Ender's Game, he's a fiery sucker. He has no problem telling you what he believes in, not even a little bit.
Wow. Okay.
So,
I can
you know,
read him all the time.
Yeah, he's great, and him and I are pretty good friends. We talk a lot when we're there. But
Yeah. Now, look, Larry Elmore won't be there. Is that what you said earlier?
I don't know if he said or not. He didn't actually clarify. I don't
Roddy,
think he
if
is
you're
a
interested, Larry Elmore is Forgotten Realms,
Yeah.
Ravenloft, an illustrator of the King of Dragons. He's
Yeah, I know
very
Larry
cool. I interviewed him with Joe on this show once before, and he's very, I mean, I actually got to talk to a guy who played Dungeons and Dragons with Gary Gygax. It was amazing.
Nice.
And Larry Elmore's a great guy, and then the whole bunch of
Great
really good
stories.
people. Yeah, oh God, he can talk circles around me, which is a thing in itself.
Yeah.
It's no, I'm being serious, but he really can. He's just got so many good stories. But like April Solomon, we were talking about it earlier. We call it a dragon woman, dragon lady. She won. Well, she had a big thing for Larry because she does dragons. Larry does dragons. Oh, these two got on stage again. I thought they was just gonna be tears. That was rough, man. They were having a whole time maintaining. It's but and don't get nervous about the gala because they you get to go practice ahead of time. So they let you get up on stage and get your stuff together. And all I can tell you about the big winner, because only about half of people write a second speech, but if they win the big one. I never know who it is, and I've been wrong every year, so don't ask me. It's a waste of time. Every author and illustrator I thought was going to win didn't, so I told them I ain't talking about it no more. Obviously, I don't have those kind of qualities, but again, I'm going to let y'all get out of here. Just remember, if you want to talk to anybody, let me know. Everybody is there for y'all, everybody.
Thank you.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Yes. And if y'all need anything or any copies, all this will be posted. This will post automatically to Rumble and all of our video feeds automatically. And it'll be in the audio feeds.
Please go ahead and get a screenshot because quite honestly, I had someone say it didn't happen. And I was like, no, it did.
Yes. Well, I'll give you real quick how this actually works. So we go out to 250 live servers around the world. Hong Kong, Beijing, places like that, Paris, France. I mean, everywhere. So what we do is we have a limit amount. So if the limit is below, say, like 1,500 or 2,000 people, we don't actually count that server. We leave it. So it's usually going to be 25,000 more on the servers. Well, the servers we're talking about, like the European server, will probably have about 600,000 or 700,000 people on it. The 3 or 4 American servers, they'll pitch between. So it comes in. So we really count the top 14 servers. If we counted every server, the audiences would actually be more. It's just it takes a lot of work. And something we just picked up. We're gonna be on Apple and Samsung again, but what is this? So we just added these. What did I do with them? These major cities just the other day somewhere. I just had them. How you lose something sitting there? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we just picked up Jakarta, which has 41 million people in it.
Wow.
Yeah, we picked up Tokyo with 33 million. We picked up Delhi with 30 million in it. We picked up Shanghai, China with 25 million in it. San Pablo, Brazil, 21 million. Cududi, Mexico, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, 21 million. Cairo, Egypt, 20 million. Mumbai, 19 million. Rio, 14 million. And Buenos Aires. That's all.
Mumbai was once Bombay.
Yeah, that's all new servers we just picked up. So people listening tonight, they were in those countries and cities actually listening to y'all as well. It amazes me how many non-English speaking people listen to this network. But we talk about a lot of different things.
Sometimes over 189 countries listening on our shows.
Yeah, so it gets a little crazy some weeks, but I want to thank all y'all again for coming and hanging out with us. It's always fun to talk to y'all and get to meet y'all. Can't wait to meet y'all in person. And again, if you need anything when you're there, just let me know. I mean, it's one of the things I run around for. I came down there when I met them, I was the guy who came down to make sure everything was telling me was on the up and up. Because I'm I don't actually always believe everybody. So.
These people are on the up and up.
Yeah, they told me blind judge, and I wanted to know about all of that. I wanted to know. I wanted to talk to the people, the judges, and I did, and exactly what they told me it was. So, if I'm going to endorse somebody, I want to know that I'm not going to get smacked in the head later on down the road. No, they're a really good group of people. It amazes me. I tell this to John and Emily all the time. I said, man, y'all make me nervous. I said, y'all so damn nice. I'm waiting for somebody to jump out of the closet like in one of the movies.
Like the Ellen DeGeneres show. Somebody jumping out of the table.
It's
No,
one of my things. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all get. Thanks again, guys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. Coming up next is the Outer.
We are the Authors Quill.
Yeah, you're having the wrong show completely there. Y'all be sure to check out Michelle. She's on right now. Actually, go tell her.
Yeah, she's 7 minutes in already.
Yes, I'm surprised I haven't got an email from my station manager going beep, 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 and beep.
Well,
beep,
this is a special show, so hoping she doesn't get mad at us for running on to her time a little bit.
Yeah, wait till we're on Thursday. Anyway, thanks again, guys. I hope y'all
Thank
really
you.
have a lot of fun when y'all get out there. Ladies and gents, see y'all Friday night when Jay and I here are causing trouble on the news.